Because I was trying to find out who's going to do correct.
No, okay, fine.
No.
Okay, so this is a super easy thing. If you know how to do limits, because the definition of derivative is really requires the limits. So I'm going to address this. What is the definition derivative? Which is f prime of x. Make sure understand this side is called f prime of x is equal to limits h approach 0 of fx plus h minus f of x over h. Your homework is going to be a lot of those functions you're going to have to use. You're going to have to take a derivative the hard way. And this is called definition of derivative. Okay, definition of derivative. Now, if this is the case that that's a definition of derivative, then we say, okay, well, if you apply this, you should find a derivative. Derivative represents a slope at any given moment of the function, or slope of the tangent. Okay, so then you say, okay, well, I'm going to give you an example. The first example I'm going to give it to you is relatively easy. It's x squared. Now, a lot of you guys don't understand what do you mean by x plus h. That means you're going to take the x plus h, replace the x. Okay, replace the x. So therefore, I want to find derivative of x squared. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say limit as h approach 0. And I'm going to plug in the x plus h into the x. That's how called, if f of x equal to x squared. Now f of x plus h is just basically x plus h parentheses squared. Does that make sense? So x plus h squared minus x squared over h. Now this question you've done it before. The last time you did this question, the h looked like a delta x, but it's not. So Tony, can you write down notes? Now, limits h approach 0, you're gonna have to expand this. Please don't tell me that's x squared plus h squared. It's not. Yeah, so you can always do it on the side if you're not sure. This does not equal to x squared plus h squared, because if you expand this, you should write it sideways like this. And that's x squared plus hx plus hx plus h squared. So technically, you will have x squared plus 2hx plus h squared minus x squared over h. Now the things about this will cancel out. That would left with a limit x approach 0 of 2hx plus h squared over h squared. Sorry, over h. Now, if I plug in the h right now, it would give me 0, but 0 still. So there is h that you can factor out. So once you factor out, you should see something like this. The h is going to cancel out. And then that's going to be 2x plus h when limit h approach 0. When the h plug in 0, you should get 2x. So it turns out 2x is the derivative of this. And that 2x is going to give you an evaluation of slope at any given moment of the situation. Any given moment. Okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to use definition of derivative to find out what's the derivative of square root of x. Okay, so square root of x. And I don't know if I have enough time, but I want to talk a little bit about equation tangent line because I didn't get to talk about first and second. And what is equation line? Tangent line. So I'm going to show you what's x. I'm probably show you tomorrow again. X equal to 4. At x equal to 4, let's say find equation tangent line. But first, find the f prime of x first. So let's see if you can use derivative to find Use definition of derivative to find out f prime x. Yes, Reba?
I think I have the answer.
Oh, well, I don't need to use the short way. I need you to actually able to plug in and solve it. I know the short way. Everybody over there know the short way. They can do it in like 1 second. But I want you to be able to do the definition of derivative and find out what it is first. So f of x equal to square root of x, and try to use definition of derivative. Now the reason why I need you to understand the long way first is I want you to understand the algebra first before you want to think backwards. Because by next Monday, I'm going to ask you a question that's regarding this, but it's going to asking things backwards, and you'll be clueless of what's going on, even though you know the short way. So learning from the scratch, building the correct foundational block, that's the most important thing in math. So try it. You already done? You don't know how to do it? You want to go to Katie? Use definition of derivative. No, we're not. We're just finding f prime of x.
Oh.
But they don't. I don't know if I have enough time to find the equation tangent line. Using definition of derivative to find out square root x. Good. Is anybody lost? Okay, so good. Mason's lost. We're good. Those of you guys are not lost, you should have probably got very close to the answer already. Basically, you want to plug in x plus h into this x right here. So it looks like this. With the limits h approach 0. Did you do that?
Yes. Yeah.
If you didn't do that, then that's the first thing you need to understand. Now, what do you do after this? If I plug in 0, what will happen? 0 over 0, that means you do math. So you're doing the same thing as before, right? That's equal to limit h approach 0 of, now this one is going to be a minus b, a plus b. I'm pretty sure you know this already. That's resolved with a squared minus b squared. There's no middle term, and that's the thing was cancel. So it'd be x plus h minus x over h. Distribute. Don't distribute though. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You did this before. You did this yesterday. The x and minus x cancel out. This h here cancel out with this and write down 1. So limits as h approach 0, it's going to be 1 over x plus 0 plus square root x. That's equal to 1 over 2 square root x. And that's it. That's the derivative. Let's talk about equation tangent line. What is the equation tangent line? At x equal to 4. Okay. Well, if x equal to 4, it should have a y value, right? So let's just say find equation tangent line here. At x equal to 4, copy and paste. And first of all, understand what is the equation tangent line. It's really like the algebra 1. y minus y1 times n times x minus x1. X equal to 4. 4 is going to plug in here. Do we have a y value? No. Can we get a y value? I plug in the original function, right? F of x is equal to square root of x. How do I plug in the original function? F of 4. Square root of 4 is equal to 2. Then 2 goes to here. The m is what? The m is a slope. Slope is from derivative.
1 over 2.
Yes. So f prime of x equal to 1 over 2 square root of x. We already have that. We're going to plug in 4. So 1 over 2 square root of 4, which is 1 over 4. So this goes to here. So then you got y minus 2 equal to what? 1/4 times x minus 4. So first of all, you want to find out y value. Second of all, you want to find the slope at that particular x. How do you find out the slope? Plug in the derivative, because slope is a derivative. Equation tangent line, I only give you 2 questions, but eventually it will look like something like this. If you graph it, it's going to look like something like this.
No, I love this thing.